Okay, so this is a re-upload. Cause before the microphone was too low, but I turned it up so I think you can hear me a lot louder now. I hope so. I hope this works. So let me retell this story. Okay, it wasn't my car that got stolen. It was my friend Sarah's car that got stolen. See, we got stranded. Okay, so there was this girl Sarah that I went to high school with. And we actually didn't start like hanging out and becoming friends until I was like a senior in high school. So I met her the last year I was in high school. Cute little pudgy little girl. Um, and she very conservative, but I don't know. We had, and I'm conservative too, but we had fun together. We were very opposite of each other, but we always had fun. We used to have fun. We laughed. We'd hang out a lot, and we hung out a lot after she graduated high school. So we were hanging out a lot, and I'd be at her house. Her boyfriend, or her husband rather, I knew who he was, but he didn't really like me too much. I think he thought I was a bad influence on her or something, or maybe it was the gay thing. That was probably it. Cause some friends of mine from that period have told me, oh, my mom had an issue or my father had an issue. And I was like, oh, that explains why they were so, snobby to me or whatever. Listen, I hold no ill will, they've, I've met them since and they've been very respectful and nice to me. I guess their view has changed, which is great. Anyway, I suggested to her, I said, you know what? Let's go to Kansas City. Let's spend the weekend in Kansas City. Let's go to Worlds of Fun. Let's just hang out and have a good time in Kansas City. What do you think? Let's get a hotel. She was like, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds fun. I could let's do that. That really yeah, definitely." So she was down for it. So I got us a hotel, booked us a hotel, and Kansas City. And this is when I lived in Omaha, Nebraska. So Kansas City is 3 hours from Omaha drive. So we got our stuff packed. We head to Kansas City. We get to Kansas City. We get to our hotel. We check in, and that night we went to the plaza, which is like downtown Kansas City. It's like a ritzy part, really up with all these upscale restaurants and um, clothing stores are. A place where you can't afford, but you just like to go there. It's nice. So yeah, we just went down there and window shopped and looked around. It was nice. Um, we had dinner, and then the next day we woke up and then we went to Worlds of Fun, which kind of sucked because we didn't go on any of the damn rides. And that was the point of going. This girl was scared to go on anything. I said, let's go on this one. No, 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 no. You go. I'll watch you. You go. I'll watch you do it. I don't want you to watch me do it, bitch. I want you to get on the ride with me. Like, let's. No, no. I'll just watch. I'm like, girl, okay. So, and I'm like, I'm not getting on this ride by myself. So, it was kind of a waste of a trip because that was our main goal was to go to Worlds of Fun. And we went to Worlds of Fun and we didn't have any fun. We just had the worlds. Okay? And that wasn't too fun. So then later on that night, we decided that we were going to go to this gay club. I think it was called the Dixie Cup. And it's this well known gay club in Kansas City. I don't know if it's Missouri, by the way. I don't know if it's open anymore. Or maybe it's closed. I'm not sure. But that's where we went. So me and her, we get pizzazz up, we get dressed up, we go to the club, we see a drag show, yay, then we dance. We're having a great time. So we sitting there at this bar area and we having, drinks and we talking or whatever. And this guy comes over to us. He's like, "Hi, how are you guys doing?" We're like, we're doing okay. He's like, "My name's Hamilton. What's your like?" Very charming, very good looking. This boy had clothes. Like I was like, damn. Like boy was suave. Like he was he put the charm on us. Very polite, smelled good, very good looking guy. And the fact that he was even interested in talking to us, we were just like, wow, like this guy is great. Like you could talk to anybody. Like why are you here talking to us? So anyway, we were about to leave, and so he was like, so where are you guys gonna go after this? And we were like, well, we're visiting, so we have a hotel. We're about to go back to our hotel and probably just call it a night. And he said, you mind if I come back with you guys and talk some more? I like you guys. You guys are really cool. And so I was like, well, yeah, how you doing, Hamilton? Come on back, bruh. So Sarah, she wasn't feeling it. Cause we were driving, he decided to follow us back. So we're in the car, and she was like, "I really don't want him to come back to the hotel. I don't know. I don't feel right with him in the hotel. And I don't think we should invite him back." And I said, "Girl, calm. You're being judgmental. You don't even know this. Like, he's really cool. I don't think he's mean or like a bad guy or anything. All we're gonna do is talk, and that's it. And he's not gonna be there for long." And she was like, "I don't know. I just don't know. I don't feel like he should come back, to our room." Anyway, I convinced her because I thought he was cute. He was gorgeous. So I'm like, yeah, you can come back. So we got to our hotel. We sat in the room, and that's what we did. We talked for like a long time, for at least 3 hours. We talked for a long time. And me and Sarah kind of got into a dispute, and he sided with her, right? So then her tune changed. She was like, "Oh," because he went to the bathroom, and I was like, he's really nice. Like he's super nice. And she was like, "Yeah, I like him. He's really cool." "Oh, now you like him because he agreed with you. Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see you. Yeah." So we decided that we're gonna call it a night. And I walked Hamilton back to his car. This dude, even he had a Escalade. Like he had a nice car. Like I'm telling you, he was charming. He was smooth. I was like, okay, like and just gorgeous and nice car, just everything. I'm like, what is this guy doing? So I asked him. I said, "So what do you do for work?" And he said, "Oh, I'm a used car salesman." And I said, "Oh, so you're good at lying." He said, "No, I just exaggerate the truth." And Sarah actually laughed at that, and she was like, "That's a good one." So while we were in his car, his Escalade, we talking, and all he could do was talk about Sarah's car. He was like, cause Sarah had a Cadillac, like a old school 1970 something Cadillac. It was in wonderful shape. They took care of this car. Very pretty Cadillac. Like one of the originals. And it's a big ass car. And he was just like, "Oh, that's a beautiful Cadillac. They don't make them like that anymore." And I'm like, "Well, that's an old car. Like, you got to Escalade. Like, please, that ain't nothing compared to this." And he was like, "Nah, you got to love those cars. You got to admire them. Those are wonderful cars." And I was just like, okay. Anyway, so what ended up happening, advantage of me. He 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 charmed me. Um he put the moves on, and I wasn't ready, and our lips touched, and it was burning fire, and we ended up getting our groove on in the car in the parking lot of the hotel. It wasn't my fault. He started it. I was trying to mind my business. He touched me. He put his lips upon my lips. And he was a wonderful kisser too. The whole experience, I was just like, this guy, like, wow. Like, I thought I had, you know, sex with a prince or something. So, I wave him off goodbye. So I go back to the hotel, take a shower, and go to bed. Wake up the next day. We checking out. We about to head back to Omaha. We go to the front desk. Sarah gives me her bag and she gives me the keys to the car. She says, "Hey, can you put my bag in my car for me, G?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like, "Thank you." And I was like, "You're welcome." So I'm going out to the parking lot to put the bags in the car. I'm like, okay, I know we parked it here, I thought. The car ain't where we parked it. So I'm looking all over the parking lot, everywhere. I don't see her car. I'm like, oh shit, maybe it got towed. So I go inside and I said, "Sarah, do you remember where you parked the car at?" And she said, "Why? What's wrong? What happened?" I said, I can't find your car. I don't see it outside. She went, "Oh my God, it was him. It was him. He stole it." I said, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "Hamilton, he stole my car. I knew it. I knew it. I knew something was off about this guy. He stole it. He took my car." So I asked the front desk lady, I said, "Do you guys have a camera outside that watches over your parking lot?" And she was like, "No, I'm sorry." Nowadays, there's cameras everywhere. Back then, you couldn't get a camera nowhere. So she was crying hysterically. I knew it was him. He stole my car." And then, I kind of thought about it and I was like, yeah, the used car said that makes sense. We were in the car, and then I started, putting one and one together, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's a fucking creep. Like, he got us good. Then I felt like a fool. So now here we are in Kansas motherfucking City without no damn transportation to get home. Luckily enough, me and her, we had a friend that we went to high school with. Her name was Cameron. And she was going to college in Kansas City. I think the name, it was called Rockhurst, I think was the name of the college. So we called her up and we were like, hey, what's going on, girl? We are stuck in Kansas City because of the guy that I met last night stole Sarah's car. Can you take us back to Omaha? And she was like, oh my God. So, like, we told her the whole story. She was just tripped out. She was like, yeah, I guess I can take you guys back. And we were like, we'll give you gas money, blah, blah, blah. She was like, okay, cool. No problem. So then Sarah calls her parents, and coincidentally, her parents were on vacation too. And they were coming back the same day that we to Omaha the same day we were coming back. So Sarah called them up and she told them all what happened. And they were like, okay, well, we'll pick you guys up. Because we're like maybe 30 minutes away from Kansas City right now. So Sarah was like, okay, okay. So Cameron took us and we met her parents like at this midsection on the interstate there. And we get into her parents' car. I'm telling you, that was the most awkwardly tense ride. You could tell her parents. I could tell they blamed it on me, just by the way they looked at me. They were so cold. Um, they didn't say shit at all, and so me and Sarah were in the back seat, and we were like doing sign language to each other, because we were taking a class together. And her father caught us, and he was like, "Are you guys back there doing sign language?" We were like, no." And he was like, huh. But yeah, this situation made her parents not like me even more. And I know you're like, why? That's how it was. So they dropped me off at my house, and then I didn't hear from Sarah again. I didn't hear from Sarah until like 5 years later. I was performing on stage, and she came up, and because there was a line of people, and I was like giving people hugs, and she came up grinning, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh, wow. Hi. How are you?" She was like, "Oh, I miss you." And then, after the show, we got a drink together, and we sat down and we talked, and she basically was like, "I really wanted to hang out with you, but my parents didn't want me hanging out with you. They blamed you for the whole thing, and they said it was your idea to go to Kansas City, and I should have been more mindful, and I should have trusted my instinct and my gut." And so yeah, they blamed me for the whole thing. It was my fault. But that's all right. So, but yeah, me and her, we just sat and talked. We caught up, and that was pretty much it. From what I know, I think she still lives there and is doing the same thing. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's the crazy part. That's crazy, right? Of the story. I met a guy in a club who charmed the hell out of me and stole my best friend's car. He stole her car. Oh, but the update was, see, we wouldn't have made it back to Omaha to begin with, because the gas, I guess there's a gas pump, I guess it is, the tube, I guess that pumps the gas to the engine or whatnot, that fell out somehow. It fell out of the car, so gas just kind of went everywhere, so the car just stopped. And they parked it on the side of an interstate. They found it on the side of a road, and nothing had been taken out of it, nothing had been stolen or anything. So they basically got the car, towed the car to a mechanic, got it fixed, and drove it back home. So she had her car back. She got her car back, and she said they found Hamilton because she told them all the tea. She was like, "Yeah, he was blonde and blue-eyed and white guy with spiky blonde." Like, I'm sure she went in. She was like, "Yeah, he took my car. I'm quite sure she took it." Like, he took it. And they were like, "We believe you, ma'am." "Oh, you better damn right believe me. He took my car." Like, she was not happy. But yeah, we laughed about it that night. But I'll say this is the moral of the story. Good, to this day, really attractive men frighten me. I'm intimidated by them if they're even in, which is never really happens. But like if an attractive guy is interested in me, like I'm like, something's wrong with him. Something has to be wrong with them. Okay, I'll give you another case. Oh, it's a little longer video than I anticipated. Okay, but it's a late night and I'm up, so it's like midnight. There was this one time when I was working in Starbucks in the village. There was this boy, his name was Carmine. This boy was Italian and Spanish. I'm drop dead gorgeous. Like, when I first saw, I was like, wow, like my jaw, damn, gorgeous. strong jawline, beautiful full lips, olive skin, dark hair, dark brown eyes, curly lashes. Like, he gorgeous, nice physique, beautiful smile. He had that Long Island accent. I was like, "How you doing?" Like, gorgeous. He came over to me and he said, "You got a boyfriend?" I said, no." He said, "You want one?" I said, I don't know. Depends." And he's like, "What's your phone number?" I was like, "What? You want to talk to me?" My uterus exploded. Placenta everywhere. My pH levels were off. I wasn't the same ever since. So we exchanged numbers. We talking. He's from Long Island. We okay, and he just got a job working at Walmart. Oh, okay, cool. So we meet up a couple of times, and I'm like, okay, something's off. Something don't seem right. It just something ain't really there. First of all, he was a horrible dresser. Great looking guy. Horrible dresser. I'm not much of a dresser myself, but this dude, oh, and he used to carry a fanny pack. He had it all up in the front. I'm like, no, 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 no. You are too, no. He, I don't even think I should go there. Oh, we had relations one time. Oh, it was horrible. He he was when he had his orgasm, I don't know why he announced it like this. He was like, "Oh, oh, 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 here it is, it's coming. Oh, 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 here it is, here it is." I was like, "Who the fuck says?" Who says here it is? Oh, oh, I said, mm-mm. And this, I had to hold back. I'm in the middle of sex and I'm about to laugh. No. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, that was the most awkward sexual moment I've ever had in my life. And then his mother, because he lived with her, I guess he came out to her and told her that she was gay and he was dating me, and she freaked out because I was black, and she told him to go get an AIDS test, and he went and got that done. And then he then he told me, then it made sense. He said, "I have MR." And I said, What do you mean? What's M?" Because he told me that he was getting a Social Security check. And I'm like, "There's nothing wrong with you. You can work. You don't have a disability." No, he said he was getting yeah, he was on disability, getting disability checks. And I'm like, "You can work. You can walk. Like, what do you mean? Why are you on disability?" And he was like, "Well, I have MR." And I was like, "What's MR?" And he was like, "I'm mildly retarded." And I was like, "Okay." Now it makes sense. I knew something was off. The conversations made no sense. I knew something was off. Okay. Ugh. And then I didn't. Honestly, then I didn't hear from him again. Really, and that was it. So I'm telling you, leave them good-looking boys alone. Something always wrong with them. Oh, hold up. Okay, okay. This will be a quick one. Then another time, I'm on a roll tonight. It's midnight. Then another time, I dated this guy named Jr. This was in Nashville, Tennessee. Cute, cute boy, really cute. Oh, but he just told ridiculous lies for no reason. There was this one time I was looking for this CD. I was looking high and low for this CD. This back in the day, honey. Back in the day when CDs were around. I'm looking for this CD all over the place. I'm looking in pawn shops. I'm looking in Tower, Blockbuster Music, all that. Couldn't find a CD. So he calls me and he's like, I have that CD that you've been looking for. I'm like, what? Really? He's like, yeah. So I was like, I'm coming over your house right now. I'm driving over there right now. He's like, okay, I'll see you when you get here. And I'm like, all right. So I drive to his house, get there, and, we hug, kiss, whatever. And I'm like, so where's the CD at? Grab me that CD. And he said, oh, yeah, hold on a second. And he goes to his room. And then he comes back and he's like, okay, I don't know what's happened, but I've lost it. I don't know what happened, but I had it on my dresser and now it's gone. I'm like, okay. So, alright. He said, I know what happened to it. My sister took it. I know she took it. She's always taking stuff from my room. So he goes into his sister's room and just out of the blue starts an argument. He's like, where's my CD? Where's the CD I bought my boyfriend? She's like, what CD? What are you talking about? And he was like, you know what CD I'm talking about? That's a Dr. CD. Where's the CD at? And she was like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about. You need to chill out and get out of my room. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't take any CD from your room. I haven't even been in your room. He was like, I know you. I was like, oh, this boy really went out of his way to do this lie. Do you see all the effort he went through to do this ridiculous lie? Like, and he did things like that all the time. What really, what really broke it for me was there was this dude who I used to work at this nightclub, and me and this dude, we were friendly with each other, but nothing was going on. But we were really cool with each other. But we exchanged numbers, and he called and left a message on my machine, like professing his feelings. And I was like, oh, like I had no idea that he felt this way. So JR heard the message because he would be at my apartment while I was at work at the club, and I'd come home and he'd be there. So he heard the message that this guy left on my machine, and he just freaked out. He thought I was cheating on him. Oh, and the thing about him is whenever he would get emotional like that, he would throw up. He would just throw up. If he got really upset about something, he would go throw up. It was weird. He'd be like, I was like, what the hell? I'm like, are you all right? It's just nerves. It's nerves. Like, nerves? The fuck? It was a mess. But yeah, I'm telling you, leave those pretty boys alone. There's something wrong with them all the time. And then that's another thing. Look at Chris Watts. Good looking guy. Handsome as hell. Nice body and shit. Look what he did. I'm telling you, they're crazy. Let me tell you about Jeffrey. Jeffrey, listen. If I was around and I was of age at that time, and I don't remember what year this it was in the 90s. I remember that much. I wasn't of age. But if I was in the club and Jeffrey Dahmer approached me and was like, hey, you want to come back to my house? Look, I would have been ate the fuck up. He would have tore me up. He would have tore me up. I would have been ate the fuck up. Jeffrey Dahmer was good looking. He was a good looking guy. Very handsome, tall, nice shape. Yeah, he would have ate me up. Cause I would have went home. Ted Bundy's, leave them. They crazy. Leave them good. Leave the pretty boys alone. That's the moral of this video. Leave them alone. There's something wrong with him. That good look is a distraction. I'm just kidding. Anyway, all right. So I'm gonna give you guys the last Starbucks saga video after this. I gotta muster up the strength to get through it. All right. Have a good night, and I'm signing off.